Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Production in partnership with our local school districts and outstanding sponsors who make these live presentations possible. I'm Sean McPherson with TableRockSports.net, coming to you live from South Salem High School in South Salem, Oregon. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Store pregame show powered by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon and featuring South Salem and taking on Grants Pass. Should be a great game between two 2-0 teams. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Salem School District and our sponsor business partners. Joe Brett is the executive producer for this event. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please help Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, search Table Rock Sports and click on the red subscribe button. Thank you if you already have. So 2-0 teams, both just came out onto the field. South Salem, 2-0, coming off of a couple of really dominant victories so far this season. They're looking to go 3-0 to start their season. Taking on Grants Pass, who have also been really dominant so far this season. They're looking to go 2-0 for the first time since 2015, a year in which they went 10-1. Grants Pass with a first-year head coach, Brad Page, who went to the school, played under the longtime head coach, Musser. John Musser, 14 seasons with Grants Pass, and just retired. And they bring in Brad Page in his first season. Well, he's off to a 2-0 start, and he's helping rebuild a program that went 1-8 last season. Meanwhile, for South Salem, they have this whole thing built for a huge year this season. They're number 3 in the OSAA so far this season. They beat Liberty in Washington 34-28. And then last week, a victory that was very memorable and very dominant against Sunset, 42-7, in which their quarterback, Dashiell Smith, number 10 all-time, 525 yards. He's having a huge season, over 900 yards so far this season for the starting quarterback for South Salem. Number 10 all-time in state history, his performance last week, 525 yards in this air raid offense with head coach Scott Dufault. Scott Dufault in his 22nd season, 124 in 97. And they're looking to go 3-0 this season. Bill's Glass Coach's Corner. Coach's Corner pregame is brought to you by Bill's Glass. Bill's Glass is the clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned, family run. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. Hear from both coaches ahead of this one. For Grants Pass, we talked about their coach. And he was talking about his team that rather a surprising 2-0 start, a team that went 1-8 last season. Their coach said, I think we have a good culture we're building here, and the guys are buying into that. I want us to be a tough team and a team that plays with class. I think those kids, those kinds of intangibles are important. How much players want to step up and lead will be what makes us go from an average to a great team. I mentioned they beat Shasta in California 38-24 week 1, and then last week gave up 11 yards, 35-0 over Caldera. And Scott Dufault, the head coach of South Salem, very complimentary of Grants Pass so far this season. They're playing really well, he said. They got a quarterback that can throw the ball down the field, a couple of running backs that run really hard, and defensively they've been pretty good. We expect a barn burner today. We're going to throw it around the yard, and they know that we're going to throw it down the field. And indeed, South Salem will. They're going to be kicking off to start this game from left to right, wearing their red jerseys with the white helmets. Grants Pass wearing all white with some blue ink on their jerseys as well. And off we go. 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon in Salem. And the ball gets kicked to the end zone, number 5. It's going to be Aiden Dietz, who gets tackled at the 20-yard line outside of the hashes, and that's where Grants Pass will start their offensive possession. So out comes quarterback Jace Blanchard. So far this season, he's been much, much improved from last year. As a junior, 26 for 46, 404 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Last year he had 6 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Blanchard hands it off to start the game. An inside run, only gets about 2 yards. He handed that one off to the running back, Trevor Reeves, another big part of this Grants Pass offense. Reeves, a second-team All-League running back last season, 103 carries, 579 yards, and 7 touchdowns last season. So far, 37 carries, 215 yards in 2 games so far this season. Reeves gets it again, and he's bottled up right away. Ball might be on the ground. Looks like it's going to stay with Grants Pass. But same play twice in a row, an inside carry, and this stout defensive line for South Salem not budging so far. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 12 from the 18-yard line. And an empty set for Blanchard. 5 out. Blanchard, he'll fire it. He's got an open man, and he lightly out-throws his man. It was a jumping effort from number 14, Luke. I believe that was Luke Morgan who went up to try to grab it. But nothing going there on the first possession for Grants Pass, and they're going to kick it away. So here's the punt, nearly in their own end zone. 2 punt returners back there for South Salem. It doesn't go to either of them. It goes out of bounds right across the 50-yard line. They say at the 50 on the dot, and that is where you are going to meet Dashiell Smith, the starting quarterback, easily one of the best in the state for the Saxons. He has just gotten better and better as the season's gone on. 907 yards, leads the state. Through 2 games. So here's Dashiell Smith, empty set, first quarter, 0-0 so far after Grants Pass goes 3 and out. He's going to throw it behind. Potential trick play, but it's fumbled. And down on the ground goes Teeny Tully III to pick it up. Not the start that South Salem wanted. They'll lose about 6 yards on that play. And now empty set. Here's Smith. Quick fire. Teeny Tully III. Grabs it and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 10 as Teeny Tully III gets those 6 yards back. They'll say 3rd down and 9 from the 49-yard line. Now 3rd down and 9. Smith under duress. He'll fire it and a 1st down. Nice leaping grab from number 3, Zach Wustig. Another one of their key receivers on this squad. And so despite the 6-yard loss on the first play, South Salem moves the sticks. They're at the 40-yard line. Smith looks for the screen pass. Instead goes slant. Teeny Tully III grabs it and is wrestled down at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 20 on 1st down and 10. And you see this high-powered air raid offense at work. And they're actually going to call an eligible man downfield against the Saxons. And so back them up 4 yards on what would have been a 20-yard play. Running back motions away, and they'll throw it that way. Number 10 for South Salem makes a move and is dragged down at the 36-yard line. That is Brady Vogt, another one of these weapons that South Salem has at their disposal. Vogt so far this season, 11 carries, 70 yards. He also is second in the conference defensively with 24 tackles. So now a 2nd down and 6 upcoming for Dashiell Smith in this offense. 8:49 left to play in this first quarter. Smith gets the shotgun snap, and he's looking deep, looking for his man, trying to search it in the air. Was number 2, Esteban Mendez, his first target of the day. Couldn't quite grab it. It was a decent throw from Smith, just a little bit long, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and 6. So a 3rd down and 6, empty set, 5 wide, and it's going to be an offsides encroachment against Grants Pass. Move them up 5 yards. It won't be a first down, but it's going to make the 3rd down much more manageable. So now 3rd down and 2 from the 30-yard line. Smith out of the gun. Looking right. Pressure comes, and he's going to go down. That is a sack by number 44, Braxton Lear. Bruxton Lear for Grants Pass. And now I think the offense is going to stay out on the field. 4th down and 10 from the 39-yard line. And South Salem doesn't feel like punting. Or maybe they will, as Dashiell Smith is about 12 yards away from the ball. Looks like they will punt with their quarterback. Smith will indeed punt it, looking to pin him back deep, and it's a good one. It's going to be marked down at the 3-yard line. So Grants Pass is going to start in their own territory, and Dashiell Smith, even though that first possession didn't go quite his way, gets sacked on 3rd down. A beautiful punt to hang Grants Pass back deep, and that is where the Cavemen will take over. Thanks to our sponsors for powering our live high school athletic streams, including our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore Jeep Dodge Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsors, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 locations to serve you. Thanks for joining us on TableRockSports.net. I'm Sean McPherson. Camera help with Billy Hanig today. At South Salem High School, 1st down and 10. Second possession of the day for the Cavemen. Intended target for Grants Pass, number 14, right through his hands. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Zero score, 7:37 left to play in this first quarter. Both teams have gone 3 and out so far. Now another toss, nearly intercepted. Instead, it's caught by the number 1 receiver for Grants Pass. That was Jackson Tunnick, who went up and claimed it. It was nearly taken by Jackson Watson of South Salem. Instead, Grants Pass moves the sticks. So now a 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line. A throw, once again intended for number 14. And incomplete. Pass was a little bit behind the intended target. 2nd down and 10 from the 18. Here's Blanchard. His running back on his left side will get it. Rumbling forward and not getting very far. Just about a 2-yard pickup from the running back. That was number 4 getting that carry. Trevor Reeves hasn't had much success so far. Now it's a 3rd down and 8 from the 21-yard line. 7:07 left to play in this first quarter. 0-0 score so far at South Salem. Here's Blanchard making his reads, firing it across the middle, and it's going to be close. He was tackled around the 27-yard line. We'll see where they spot this I'm thinking it's going to be a 4th down and 1 for Grants Pass, and that's where they're marking it. Now an interesting decision for the coaching staff of Grants Pass. First-year head coach, Brad Page. And they're going to take a timeout and think about it. And we'll take a timeout on TableRockSports.net as well. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, South Salem 0, Grants Pass 0. John L. Scott of Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. Back in a second here on TableRockSports.net. Make sure to visit the Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill on the banks of the Rogue Rivers, included on your next trip to Grants Pass. First-class food and a new menu awaits you. The gem of the Thomason Hospitality Group, Tap Rock. Big decision here for Grants Pass. Looks like the offense is still on the field. 4th down and 1 from the 27-yard line. Their own 27-yard line. Big risk here. Under center. Blanchard hands it off to the fullback, number 44, the man who had that sack, and he picks up the first down. Rumbling forward was Bruxton Lair. A risky decision from the coaching staff, but it pays off. And now a 1st down and 10, fresh set of sticks for the Cavemen. And Reeves looking to get going, but still nothing going on so far for Reeves. Number 50 was in on that tackle, Hamatu Latisi. The main one in on that tackle, but South Salem's defensive front has been stout so far today. Nothing going on the run game. Under center, Blanchard. 2nd down and 10. He'll roll out to his opposite side, and that's intercepted. That's taken away. South Salem down to the 11-yard line. And Teeny Tully III makes the big play for South Salem's defense. The number 1 receiver for the South Salem squad makes the defensive play, and now the Saxons will take over in great position. And now a little trick play, a little pitch up the middle. Number 7, Jackson Watson gets up the middle, and that's fumbled, and the refs are going to call it down. So crisis averted for South Salem. And they're going to say he picked up a couple of yards. It was a little pitch up the middle to Watson. Now working a 2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line. Here's Dashel Smith rolling out. Nice block by an offensive lineman. He'll take it himself, corner of the end zone, and he steps out right before the end zone, 3-yard line. And South Salem knocking on the door. They do have to execute this 1st down, or this 3rd down, I should say. 3rd down and 2 from the 5-yard line coming up. And Smith takes it himself, and he rumbles into the end zone. The first touchdown of the day belongs to South Salem. It was a quarterback keep up the middle for Dashel Smith. And the big interception by Teeny Tully III sets up South Salem, and they take a 6-0 lead. And the extra point is up and good from South Salem. Jacob Mueller boots it through, and it's a 7-0 lead for the South Salem Saxons. with 5:16 left to go in the first quarter. That's the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott of Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. And we will now take a timeout here on TableRockSports.net. Back underway, a kickoff towards the right side, goes out of bounds, and that will draw a flag, I believe. So because of the kick that went out of bounds, Grants Pass is going to start this possession at the 35-yard line. Down 7-0. A couple of 2-0 teams doing battle here on a Saturday afternoon in Salem, South Salem High School. First game of conference for these two sides. And that pass into the flat, or up the seam, I should say. Incomplete. Might have been batted by a South Salem defensive lineman. And it's going to be second down and 10. 5:14 left to play in the first quarter. Empty set. Blanchard fires it up for number 14, and that one's incomplete. Tight coverage by South Salem. And now just like that, a third down and 10 for Grants Pass. Pistol set. Now the running back flashes to the right side of the quarterback, Blanchard. Play action, roll out to the right, and he'll launch it down the field, intended for the number one receiver, Jackson Tunick, and that one's incomplete. And out comes the punting team for Grants Pass, so not a single yard on that possession. They will punt it away to South Salem, and back goes number 3, Zach Wustig. Punting it away. Not a great one. But a friendly bounce to the 37-yard line of South Salem, and that's where they'll take over possession. So a good start for South Salem. 7-0 lead, and now they take over possession once again after a 3-and-out. 4:54 left to go in the first quarter. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from Pinnacle 365, fueling your adventure to see 21 pilots in Portland. Download the Peak Rewards app to earn free fountain drinks and coffee. Dashel Smith, the quarterback, state leader in passing yards so far this season. By himself, empty set. Smith breaks the pocket, rumbles forward. Tiptoes on the sideline. Potential late hit there. They won't call it. They'll pick up 6 to the 42-yard line. Smith, the starting quarterback for this team the last 2 seasons. He was the JV quarterback his sophomore year. Takes the snap, second down and 4. Breaks the pocket and fires one to Wustig, who barrels his way down at the 50-yard line. A first down for South Salem, a pickup of 7 on 2nd and 4. Can move those sticks. And Dashel Smith, another nice day so far. He's been clean. Vogt comes in at the tailback. He's on the left side, and the rare run for South Salem. Up the middle, looking for space, dragging it towards the left side, and taken down from behind at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 15. This is a team that does not run the ball very often. Just 11 carries for Vogt so far this season, and he's considered the starting tailback. Shows you how much they like to run the ball, but every once in a while you catch the other team by surprise here in this air raid. Smith, pressure coming, screen pass, and that one was intended for number 11, Parker Williams. It was a cool play design. Pressure was coming. He had the open man, but a little bit of a low throw with that pressure knocking on the door. Now it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Three receivers out right, one to the left. South Salem 7-0. 4:07 left to go in this first quarter. Quick pass out to the right side, outside of the hashes, falling down and kept making the grab. Number 11, Parker Williams. 6-yard pickup for Williams. And now a 3rd down and about 5. So a bunch set. Dashel Smith stepping back, firing it out into the flat. That's going to be a 1st down. That one was caught by number 10, Brady Vogt, the tailback. And he does enough, just barely, to pick up the 1st down, move the sticks. In comes some subs. So many weapons for the South Salem team. Coach thinks they go 12 deep in the receiver room. Now rushing out to the right, Dashel Smith. He'll fire it towards the end zone. Caught. Is that a touchdown? Yes. Eli Johnson leaped up and grabbed it out of the night sky. And that is a touchdown for South Salem. A beautiful throw from Dashel Smith and a 13-0 lead for the Saxons here in the first quarter with 3:25 left to play in this quarter. The kick is up and it's good. So 14-0 in favor of South Salem. So far it's been their day in this battle of a couple of 2-0 teams here at South Salem High School as we step aside here on TableRockSports.net.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 14-0 South Salem. It's been all Saxon so far. Dashel Smith just threw a big touchdown pass to Eli Johnson. But maybe if there's one weakness to South Salem's game so far, their day so far, it's been that they've been kicking it out of bounds, giving Grant's pass a free start at the 35-yard line. Today's game is brought to you by Schlesinger and de Villeneuve attorneys with practices throughout Southern Oregon. the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful and civil behavior at youth sporting events. Thanks for joining us on TableRockSports.net. I'm Sean McPherson, coming to you with the assistance of Billy Hannig and Joe Brett. Shotgun look, and that's going to be a toss play. Trying to get Reeves going, and he'll be wrestled down after 3 or 4 yards to the weak side. And we have a penalty. See what this call is. It's a call against the Saxons. And that's going to move them up 10 yards. So it's just a pickup of 3, but now instead, after the penalty, Grants Pass walks all the way down to the South Salem 47. Here's Blanchard, the quarterback. He'll throw it across the seam. Receiver got tripped up, but no call. And now it's going to be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. Jackson Tunnick, the intended receiver on that play. That's a guy who's had a big season so far. 10 receptions, 143 yards, 4 touchdowns. Week 1 against Shasta, he had a kickoff return and 3 touchdown catches. Blanchard up to Reeves, and Grants Pass cannot run the ball at all today. Defensive line for South Salem not budging at all. A 3rd down and 10 after no gain from Reeves up the middle. 2:42 left to go in this first quarter, and a timeout for Grants Pass. Their 2nd timeout of the day. With 2:42 left to play in this first quarter, the John L. Scott scoreboard reads South Salem 14, Grants Pass 0 as we step aside here on TableRockSports.net. Welcome back. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net. Powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 3rd down and 10, Grants Pass. Just across the 50 of South Salem. Under pressure right away is Blanchard. He chucks it up, intended for number 12, Tunnick. But good coverage from South Salem, incomplete. And now it looks like the punting team comes out for the team that's trailing 14-0, Cavemen. And once again, a 2-headed punt return for South Salem. Finney Tolley, the 3rd back deep, as is Jackson Watson. Here's the punt. Hanging in the air, Finney Tolley, the 3rd. Dangerous with the ball in his hands, cuts it back to the right side. Looking to get up the field. He breaks through a couple of Cavemen, jukes another man, continues to work his way forward. Now he gets gang tackled, but he continues to push forward all the way down to the 43-yard line. He caught that thing inside the 10. Heck of a punt return from Tini Tully III to give South Salem decent field possession to start another possession. Their fourth possession of the day. Dashel Smith already one touchdown pass, one touchdown run. 14-0 lead. 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. Quick pass out to the right side. It's a new receiver catching a ball. Jackson Watson. And he's pushed out of bounds right around the 50. Won't be enough for a first down, but awfully close. Second down and 4. Dashel Smith. 3 receivers out to the left, passing to the flat. That one is Esteban Mendez, and he picks up enough for the first down before he's pushed out. Eight-yard pickup for Mendez, and South Salem wants to push it. Hurry up offense. Smith, he's going to pass it once again. Screen pass. This time for Wastig, and he's got space. Goodbye. Another touchdown for Dashel Smith, this time to Zach Wastig. The hurry up offense strikes, and this one might be coming back. It's a 44-yard touchdown pass, but is it coming back? Players seem to think so. It was a screen pass to Wastig, and he was off to the races. Never seen again, but now it's coming back. Looks like a hold against South Salem. So now a first down and 15 rather than the touchdown. Inside carry, rather a quarterback keep. Dashel Smith gets some of the yardage back and picks up about 8 before he steps out. Caught the defense by surprise. Picking up 8 yards on the keep. 1:42 left to play in this first quarter. South Salem leads 14-0. Smith will roll right, look to throw it. Nice pass, bobbled. Nearly caught on the come down, but instead it falls to the ground. Jackson Watson couldn't quite hold on to it. 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Saxons. So a shotgun snap, quick pass, caught, and immediately falling to the ground. After about 5 yards is Eli Johnson, the last touchdown man. So now a 4th down and 3, and you have to think that South Salem will stay on the field at Grants Pass's 38. Smith looks for the play call from the sideline. Now Smith gets the snap. Looking across the middle. He's got his man, Tulimani III, and he is gone. 38-yard touchdown on 4th down and 3. Tulimani III gets in on the action to make it 20-0 South Salem. Tini Tully III, excuse me. His 3rd touchdown of the season. Had 2 last week. And unfortunately for South Salem, they can't convert the PAT. It's going to be 20-0 after Tini Tully III dashes forward for the big 38-yard touchdown on 4th down. As we step aside here on TableRockSports.net.
see it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between $7,000 and $10,000. At Conger Morris, a full-service funeral, including a wooden casket, is only $4,900. We can keep our prices lower because we're local. In fact, we're the only locally owned, family-run, full-service funeral and cremation provider in the Valley. Call us today to schedule an appointment for personalized assistance with our caring staff. Conger Morris will always be there.
Fans, it's time to get you back in the game as an official. There's a critical need in all sports right now. Go to osaa.org and click on the blue Become an Official button to learn more. We hope to see you back on the court soon. Kickoff return for Grants Pass, looking for something. And Aiden Dietz takes the kickoff return to the 33-yard line. And out comes Grants Pass. With 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter, they trail 20-0. Grants Pass with a 38-24 victory to start their season in Shasta. A 35-0 dominant victory against Caldera last weekend. Looking to go 3-0 for the first time since 2015, but so far down 20-0. That might be a backwards pass. They say forwards pass, incomplete on first down and 10. He was looking for a little bubble screen in the backfield to Reeves, who hasn't had much going today as the starting running back. Second down and 10, empty set. A pass, once again, same exact play. Reeves is lit up. Tristan Gear belts Reeves in the backfield. And it's been a day to forget for Reeves so far, the star running back for this Grants Pass team. Hasn't had anything going against this South Salem defense, and now it's third down and 15 for the Cavemen. And that's the end of the first quarter. A look at the John L. Scott scoreboard. The end of the first quarter, South Salem 20, Grants Pass 0. The first game for both of these teams of Special District Conference 1 conference play. We'll step aside here on TableRockSports.net.
You do when you get into a car accident and want to know your rights? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle and stock only at the Lithia.
Third down and 15 for Grants Pass. Second quarter underway. It's a throw and it's a catch. All the way down on that left sideline. It was a heave up in the air. And a nice grab by Malachi Kenyon. Now Grants Pass wants to hurry, looking for some kind of offensive momentum. A team that's put up 35 and 38 points respectively in their two games so far. They pick up 5 yards, get it across the 50 on that first down. 0 points so far for Grants Pass through one quarter. 20-0 South Salem. South Salem, the number 3 team in OSAA so far this season. Grants Pass ranking at number 19 as they try throwing it across the middle. That's one's incomplete, intended for Troy Osborne. Now a 3rd down and 6 for Grants Pass. Start of the second quarter. South Salem up 20-0. Shotgun. Pass across the middle. Osborne once again. He caught it, and then it got poked out of his hands. They say incomplete. Could have been a fumble. It's going to be a 4th down and 6. And you have to think that down 20-0 hasn't been the start for the 2-0 Cavemen that they wanted. They're going to go for this thing. Take a risk. We saw them go for one in their own territory earlier, and it was a fullback dive on 4th and 1. They executed that. Now here's a 4th down and 5. A slant, lot of contact, no call, and a turnover on downs for Grants Pass. South Salem gets off the field with that 20-0 lead, and they're going to take over possession at the 46-yard line. Great field position. Tickets are on sale now for the Medford Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet, October 22nd at the Rogue Valley Country Club. Social hour at 5, dinner and awards begin at 5 as well. Go to medfordparksfoundation.org and click the events tab. 20-0 South Salem, 11:14 left to play in this second quarter. And there's a nice play to get Watson out into space, and he'll pick up 8 yards before he's dragged out of bounds by Grants Pass. Get across the 50 down to the 46-yard line or so. Set up a 2nd down and short. Dashiell Smith, another big day today, coming off of his 525-yard game, number 10 all-time in the state. And just as I say that, another explosive play, a passing touchdown for Dashiell Smith, hooking up with Zach Wustig on the screen pass, the same exact play that got called back earlier. This time, no holding on this play, and South Salem goes up 26-0 here in the second quarter. Wustig scores a 46-yard touchdown on the screen pass. And the Saxons look to go up 27-0. Indeed, they will after the successful extra point this time around. A look on the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Salem 27, Grants Pass 0 with 10:57 left to play in the first half. My name is Sean McPherson. We'll step aside here on TableRockSports.net.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
Welcome back. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 27-0 South Salem here in the second quarter. Kickoff goes to Aiden Dietz, and he runs out of bounds at around the 35-yard line, but there is some laundry on the field. See what the call is. Expect a hold. And indeed, it's coming back after a hold from Grants Pass. Instead of the 35, they're going to mark it at the 21. If you're interested in some college scores, Oregon about to beat BYU 41-20 the score, the minute 35 down south in Eugene. And Cal nearly pulled off an upset in Notre Dame. Is that ball intercepted? Indeed it is. An interception, the second of the day by Teeny Tully III. And South Salem continues its dominance here against Grants Pass in the second quarter, already up 27-0. The offense will take over possession at the Grants Pass 28-yard line. Teeny Tully III has a touchdown. And now he has 2 interceptions. Have yourself a day. With 10:46 left to play in the first half, it's 27-0 South Salem. Smith steps back, fires it across the middle, and he'll give it right back. That's an interception for Dashel Smith. Grabbing the interception is Cole Carnes, and he's off to the races. Multiple flags down on the field. They think this one's coming back. A helmet came off for South Salem. Jackson Watson with no helmet on. And there is 4 flags down on the field. Something went horribly wrong on this play. Cole Carnes will not have a pick six. So there were 4 flags on the field. You can see them. You can see 3 of them on your screen right now. Just an ugly, ugly play. And there's that 4th flag. Shout out to our cameraman, Billy Hanig. The refs might have multiple calls here. It wasn't the best throw for the star quarterback, Dashel Smith. He forced one over the middle. And then the return is where things went awry, I think, for both teams. There were helmets off for South Salem. And Cole Carnes was the man who made the interception, number 9 for Grants Pass, but not sure he's going to get that pick six that he ran all the way back. So the first call is against South Salem, declined. Another holding against South Salem, or that one's going to be against Grants Pass. And then a personal foul against Grants Pass. And then another personal foul against South Salem. So there's all 4 penalties on that interception return from Cole Carnes. Not exactly how you coach it. And you don't see that every day. So after all that, it will be Grants Pass football. Down 27-0. They do get the turnover there. 10:26 left to play in the first half. Dashiell Smith, he has thrown 3 touchdowns, ran in for 1, but he does throw an interception there. His first interception of the year. My stats are correct. Grants Pass will start this at the 16-yard line. A pitch out to Reeves. And that's the best run of the day so far for Reeves. He gets about 8. Off to the right side. We'll call it 7. 2nd down and 3 upcoming. And now a handoff once again, trying to get Reeves going. He won't pick up the first down on 2nd and 3. Just gets 1 yard. 3rd down and 2 now for Grants Pass from the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. A run off to the right side. Reeves isn't going to pick it up, or maybe he will. He will pick it up. He got 3 yards on 3rd down and 2. First down and 10 from the 26-yard line after Reeves bell cowed his way to a first down there. Grants Pass trails 27-0. A lot of pressure. A one-on-one play off to the right side. Incomplete pass. For those interested, it's now final in Eugene. 41-20. Oregon gets a dominant victory over number 12 BYU. Here in South Salem, about 45 miles north. South Salem leads 27-0. 2nd down and 10 goes nowhere on that run from number 22 this time. I believe that was Gabe Belay who got the carry. Giving Reeves a break. So now a 3rd down and 10. Probably a passing down for Grants Pass. Blanchard throws it, a slant. It was on the money, through the hands of his intended target, Dietz. And now here's where it gets interesting. Down 27-0. Here comes the punting team. Not much of a decision. .8:22 left to go in the first half. South Salem 27-0. The punt is away. Teeny Tolly the third. 2 interceptions today, looking for a punt return. He breaks a tackle, and he's trying to keep the punt return going. He is just impossible to take down. So gritty. And finally, he's taken down at the 37. Certainly not easy for Grants Pass. We've seen a couple punt returns that are just all grit from Teeny Tolly the third, who again has 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions so far today. Returning all-conference receiver for the South Salem Saxons. Now out comes Dashiell Smith and company, looking to build on their 27-point lead. Tailback goes out of the picture, and now a flag comes flying in as Teeny Tolly the third ran it to the 30 and nearly coughed up the football. Maybe he was down first. We do have a flag on this play out of the backfield. And it's going to be a holding against South Salem. So coming back. Inside carry for South Salem. There goes Tristan Gear, and he gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. Gets some of that yardage back from the hold. He'll pick up 8 on that play, and now it'll be a 3rd down and 8, maybe a 2nd down and 8. Repeated 1st down after that hold. Smith once again, looking deep, fires deep, some separation, and a touchdown catch for Zach Lustig, his 2nd of the day. Dashel Smith can do no wrong for South Salem. 33-0. Pressure was coming, and he lofted one up for his man Lustig, and he made another touchdown grab. First one was a screen pass. Second one is a deep ball. And South Salem marching all over Grants Pass here in this conference game and week 3 of high school football on this Saturday. PAT is good, and now we look at the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Salem 34, Grants Pass 0 with 7:14 left to play in the first half. I'm Sean McPherson. We'll step aside here on TableRockSports.net.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
Big kickoff return for Grants Pass. Welcome back. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. It's a nice kickoff return for the Cavemen all the way down to the 41-yard line. Good field position, looking for the first points of the day. Down 34-0 here in this second quarter. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Locally owned, family-run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and communities. First down and 10 for Blanchard. A pass into the flat left side, 9-yard pickup. Pushed out of bounds goes Jackson Tunnick, number 1 receiver for this team. The touchdown machine through 2 weeks. Not much going so far for him today. Second down and 1 from the 50. Jace Blanchard, and that one's intercepted. Intercepted by South Salem, number 8, Jacob Nemesic. And South Salem continues their assertion of dominance today. It is 34-0 with 6:50 left to play in this first half. It has not been the visit up north that Grants Pass has wanted or expected A team that has been off to such a good start under a new coach, Brad Page, in his first season. 1-8 last year, but a 2-0 start to this year. Victories over Shasta and Caldera. Rather dominant victories as well. It was a good start to the season. Week 3 not going as well. Early flag on the play. For now, it's a pass into the flat and an extra effort from Mendez, but I have a feeling this one's coming back. So despite the scoreboard, South Salem hasn't been perfect. A lot of penalties today. But they've been executing from beyond the 1st and 10 mark. First down and 15 for the Saxons from the Grants Pass 45 after that interception. Screen pass, Watson, left side, makes a nifty juke move, cuts it inside, and he is wrestled down after a pickup of just about 2. Second down and 13 now. Just a 2-yard play on that screen pass to Watson. Now Watson comes in motion beyond the quarterback. He's in the flat. Instead, they'll throw it off to the right side on the out route towards number 1, Teeny Tully the third. 2 interceptions and a touchdown today for Teeny Tully the third. And now a 3rd down and 1. A rare run play for the Saxons. They give it to Brady Vogt, and he has enough for the first down, it appears. Welcome back. Apologies for the technical difficulties. You did just miss a touchdown. South Salem. It was Dashiell Smith finding Esteban Mendez for a 45-yard strike. It's now been 5 touchdown passes today for Dashiell Smith in addition to a touchdown run. He is at a dream season so far, and the Saxons lead 41-0 here in this first half with 5:13 left to play in the half. Great sponsors keep the games coming for you, including Conjure Moore's Funeral Directors with a full range of planning and hometown heartfelt help throughout a difficult process, and by Travel Medford and Sports Ground, where the West Coast comes to play. Thanks for joining us on TableRockSports.net on this Saturday afternoon here in Salem, Oregon. It's been all South Salem today. 5 touchdown passes for Dashiell Smith, your state leader in passing yards so far this season. He's had an amazing season through 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And now a kickoff return. Aiden Dietz drags it towards the left side, gets spun out of bounds around the 34-yard line. We'll see if Grants Pass can get something going. Staring at a large deficit here on the road. Grants Pass goes 1-8 last season. They depart 4 all-conference players. And this team is a big group of freshmen and sophomores. Pretty light on upperclassmen, but still a 2-0 start. Playing a couple teams out of the region, Shasta and California and Caldera. 38-24 week 1 against Shasta, 35-0 against Caldera. Brand new coach, Brad Page, in his first season. It was a long-time coach, 14 seasons for John Musser. Brad Page played for Musser in 2009. Coached high school ball in Arizona, and then most recently St. Anselm College in New Hampshire. He's the director of operations over there, and took the Grants Pass job after John Musser decided to call it quits. 5-yard pickup on second down. Now a 3rd down and 5. 4:40 left to play in the first half. Empty set. Here's Blanchard looking for his main target. Jackson Tunnick on the out route. Overthrows him. Offense is going to stay out on the field for Grants Pass. And now a timeout, the final timeout taken for Grants Pass of the day. And we will take a timeout. A look at the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Salem 41. Grants Pass nothing. With 4:25 left to play in the first half. John L. Scott of Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. We'll be right back here on Table Rock Sports, TableRockSports.net. Fourth down and 5. Grants Pass. And Blanchard under duress, and he'll fire it out of the way of Aiden Dietz. Incomplete. Tight coverage by South Salem, and they'll take over possession. The 39-yard line. Just over 4 minutes left to play in the first half. This South Salem team has major aspirations this season. It's a rather wide open conference, and they're looking at a 3-0 start under head coach Scott Dufault. 22nd season at the helm. There's the screen pass out towards the left side. That's Parker Williams pushing forward. Finally down at the 28-yard line, but not before a first down, pickup of 12 on that screen pass. The side closest to us here in the broadcast booth. Here's Smith once again out of the gun. Inside carry. There's a new running back. And he's off to the races. Touchdown, South Salem. Noah Scherer, the sophomore, gets involved on the action. And South Salem adds to their lead. It's now 47-0 here in the first half. 3:49 left to play on the John L. Scott scoreboard. The PAT is up and good. 48-0 South Salem. That's what it reads on the John L. Scott scoreboard as we step aside here on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Any time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of. And it allows your service to be more meaningful, with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 48-0, South Salem. Kick return for Grant Pass. Jackson Tunick takes it around to the 35. And back comes South Salem's defense. Been so good today. Forcing turnovers, stopping the run. They've only allowed a couple of first downs. And Dashel Smith has 6 touchdown passes today, the 1 touchdown run. And it's all in the first half. Smith has been putting up video game numbers so far this season. Reeves gets the carry. It's a solid gain of 5. For those interested, some Pac-12 scores today. Minnesota beat Colorado 49-7. Notre Dame beat California 24-17. They snuck away from Justin Wilcox's team with a victory. UCLA, talk about sneaking away, 32-31 at home against South Alabama. Washington State leading 31-0, and of course the Ducks 41-20 over BYU at home. Big win for Dan Lanning, number 12 team in the country. Goes down at Autzen Stadium as the second down carry doesn't go very far for Reeves, the ball carrier. 3rd down and 4. 2:39 left to go in the first half here on TableRockSports.net here on a Saturday afternoon in Salem, Oregon. Pistol set, another run for Reeves. Much better job by the offensive line this time as Reeves bulldozes forward across the 50-yard line, tripped up at the 49, gets across the 50, and they'll move the sticks. Longest run of the day for Reeves. Trevor Reeves, the senior running back, linebacker. Second team All-League running back last season. Did 7 touchdowns last season as Reeves gets another carry and another 8 yards or so. They're starting to get some momentum. That was a toss out to the weak side. 1:58 left to go in this first half. Blanchard rolling right. Faces pressure. Heaves it down the field. Easy interception. Jackson Watson shifts out of a tackle, and he is dragged down by one leg at the 25-yard line. But South Salem forces another interception out of Blanchard, and they'll retake the field with a giant lead, and we'll see how they play this one with just under 2 minutes left to go in this first half. New quarterback in the game already for South Salem. And he'll take a knee. So the new quarterback in the game, we'll see if he sticks around in the second half, is Ben Hennon. The sophomore, 6 foot, 175. He backs up Dashiell Smith. And after that knee, the clock will tick. We're inside of a minute 30 now, with South Salem leading 48-0 here in this first half. See how the clock winds up here. Another knee. Sets up third down. So Dashiell Smith, we'll see if he gets some run in the second half. But he's had 6 touchdown throws and 1 touchdown run. And this is coming off of a game in which he had 525 yards, number 10 all time in state history against Sunset here at this very stadium last week. They won that game 42-7. This South Salem team is poised for a monster season. And here in week 3, their first conference game of the season, they lead 48-0 over the Grants Pass Cavemen at the end of the first half. Stay tuned. Coming up is the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report right here on TableRockSports.net.
Dear Dad, today was hard. You know how much I love you, and you know how much I love sports. I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love to play, and I love my team. I want us both to enjoy the game, win or lose. But we can't if you always lose your temper. I hope you can cheer for me and the other players. It's about more than just the score. It's about us all enjoying the experience. I hope you can join me for my next game. I really want you to be there. Love, Katie.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great. And we need you to know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Don't yell at the refs. They have a hard job.
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
So what do you do when you get injured in a motorcycle accident and you need legal help? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first-name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do, and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Fuel up for your race day adventures with Pinnacle 365. Pit for your early morning caffeine fix to help you get off to a good start and be rewarded with free motivation. Stay hydrated as you ride into Turn 2. And if fountain drinks are your thing, get your 6th free. Add Crunch to your lunch as you head into Turn 3. Fuel up for the remainder of the race with your Peak Rewards app and save at least 16 cents a gallon. Your daily journey to the winner's circle starts at Pinnacle 365.
Welcome into our Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report. Visit playmedford.com for the latest recreation guide, all the sports leagues, classes, and special events, to name a few. Visit playmedford.com to learn more. So far today, it's been all South Salem, as you can see on our scoreboard, 48-0 in favor of the number 3 team in the country here at home on a Saturday afternoon. Dashiell Smith, he's been the best quarterback statistically in the state all season, 907 yards so far this season, including 525 yards last week against Sunset. Well, he has been marching up and down the field, doing whatever he wants against Grants Pass today. Dashiell Smith with 6 touchdown passes and a touchdown run. The very end of the half, they took him out and they brought in a backup quarterback to take a knee against Grants Pass. So we'll have to see how this second half plays out. A good teaching moment for Grants Pass and the first-year head coach for the Cavemen after a 2-0 start to the season. And meanwhile, South Salem, they've just been clicking on all cylinders. They're looking at their second straight blowout victory, I should say, against another 6A team. They beat Sunset last week 42-7 here at home, and now they're looking at a 48-0 lead against the Grants Pass Cavemen. First conference game of the season for both of these teams. And South Salem, they're really making a statement here on this Saturday afternoon. Go ahead and step aside. We'll continue our PlayMedford.com, our Medford Parks and Recreation halftime show right after this on TableRockSports.net.
You find information about paying for medical treatment after a car crash? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line, even just one. Only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive US Cellular authorized agent. Visit souscellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to LetUsFightForYou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between $7,000 and $10,000. At Conger Morris, a full-service funeral, including a wooden casket, is only $4,900. We can keep our prices lower because we're local. In fact, we're the only locally owned, family-run, full-service funeral and cremation provider in the Valley. Call us today to schedule an appointment for personalized assistance with our caring staff. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
You do when you get into a car accident and want to know your rights? Easy. Just go to LetUsFightForYou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
So what do when you get injured on the job and need to know your rights with workers' compensation? Easy. Just go to LetUsFightForYou.com. That's it. LetUsFightForYou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Welcome back to our Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report. I'm Sean McPherson, TableRockSports.net. Today's halftime report ahead is brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Fall Recreation Guide is out. Did you know it's full of classes and activities for our friends 55 and older? Visit Play Medford or call 774-2400. Learn more. Let's look around the conference from last night. 6A Special District 1. Sheldon had a 41-0 victory over Sprague. Roseburg last night fell in defeat to North Salem 26-0. The game that I was personally at last night, West Salem and North Medford. North Medford picked up that victory 35-14. McNary last night, also in this conference. And that was the scores from across the conference last night. A couple of blowout losses. And South Medford beat McNary 55-21. So a lot of blowouts around this conference. And by the looks of it, it's South Medford, it's Sheldon, it's North Salem, and it's South Salem so far at the top of this conference. And also North Medford, who had a big victory over West Salem, this new Special District 1. The Medford Parks and Recreation Department invites you to discover all the great classes, field trips, activities, and sports leagues for the fall activities coming up. Visit playmedford.com to find something for everyone in the family. We'll step aside once again here on the Medford Parks and Recreation Halftime Report. My name is Sean McPherson of TableRockSports.net. We'll finish off our halftime report and get back to the second half as South Salem leads 48-0 here at halftime in South Salem High School in Salem, Oregon. We'll be back.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Come enjoy the patio weather and a brand new menu at Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where friends and family gather and memories are made. Come visit us today or visit our website.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Any time is a good time to plan your funeral, except at the time of the funeral. At Conger Morris, we know that there are so many advantages to planning ahead. It eases the burden on our families at their worst time. Pre-planning also alleviates their stress, knowing the funeral costs are already taken care of. And it allows your service to be more meaningful, with all of your wishes being taken care of. Call us today for personalized assistance in creating your own plan. Conger Morris, we'll always be there.
Dear Dad, today was hard. You know how much I love you, and you know how much I love sports. I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports, I love to play, and I love my team. I want us both to enjoy the game, win or lose. But we can't if you always lose your temper. I hope you can cheer for me and the other players. It's about more than just the score. It's about us all enjoying the experience. I hope you can join me for my next game. I really want you to be there. Love, Katie.
Game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
We love our sports here.
It's our responsibility to keep them great. And we need you to know your role.
You can be a player.
You can be a coach. You can be a spectator.
Or an official.
But you only get to be one.
Know your role.
Parents, release your kid to the game.
It's my experience.
Don't yell at the refs. They have a hard job.
Know your role.
Players, respect your opponents.
Love to play, win or lose.
Know your role.
So what do when you get injured in a motorcycle accident and you need legal help? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Welcome back into South Salem High School. I'm Sean McPherson here on TableRockSports.net. Coming to you live from the assistance of Billy Hannig, our cameraman today, and Joe Brett, our executive producer for this broadcast. South Salem leads this game 48-0 at halftime over the Grants Pass Cavemen, looking to move to 3-0 on the season and pick up their first conference victory of the season. Dashiell Smith in the first half, 6 throwing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and we'll see if we see him in the second half. The game already quite out of hand. Today's halftime report was brought to you by PlayMedford.com, where you can learn about Discovery Preschool for 3-year-olds and day camps for older kids. Registration for fall is happening now. Sign up at PlayMedford.com or call the Santos Center, 774-2400 to get started. Standouts for South Salem today. Teeny Tully III has a touchdown, a couple of interceptions, a couple of gritty punt returns. Esteban Mendez got in the end zone. Zach Wustig got in the end zone a couple of times, as did Parker Williams. It really has just been all South Salem with all of these weapons. So many options for Dashiell Smith, the quarterback who's had really a fantasy season so far this season. Week 1, they defeat a tough opponent, Liberty, up in Washington, 34-28 on the road. That was a good start to their season. And then these last 2 games at home, just upsets, or just complete blowouts, 42-7 against Sunset last week. Their quarterback, Dashiell Smith, throws for 525 yards. And then this week, it's 48-0 here at halftime. 7 total touchdowns for Smith. And I want to see if they keep him in there. We'll see what the game plan is out of the halftime locker rooms for both of these teams. Grants Pass using this as a learning opportunity under first-year head coach Brad Page. This program was led for so long under John Musser. Brad Page was hired this past offseason and inherits a 1-8 team. They go 2-0 to start the year. They wanted 3-0. They wanted a 1-0 start to their conference season, but they ran into a juggernaut today. So we'll see how they play this in the second half, and we'll see how South Salem plays this. How many starters we see out there for the Saxons. So my apologies, I'm hearing 5 touchdowns in the air for Dashiell Smith, 1 on the ground for him, and then there was a touchdown run from Scherer of South Salem, Noah Scherer. So 6 total touchdowns for Dashiell Smith, but point still stands. A video game type performance for Dashiell Smith today, just like last week. Next week for South Salem, it's going to be South Medford. And South Medford coming off of a dominant victory themselves, 55-21 over McNary. Meanwhile, for Grants Pass next week, they're going to have West Salem, another team struggling right now. They lost 35-14 last night against North Medford, the Black Tornado, and they're 0-3 so far this season. So both teams will be heading in to a game against teams that are trending in similar directions as them. So South Salem's going to get the ball first. The kick returners are the usual players for South Salem. Teeny Tully III, Esteban Mendez. And the approach and the kickoff for Grants Pass, and we're underway here in the second half. That kick is nicely done. Nearly falls out of bounds. Instead, it goes into the back of the end zone for a touchback And we'll have to watch closely who's coming out to quarterback this team, and it will not be Dashiell Smith. Instead, it'll be the young Ben Hennon, the sophomore. 6 foot 175, number 17 for South Salem. So Dashiell Smith, his day may be done here on this Saturday. JV quarterback is Ben Hennon, and Dashiell Smith has his helmet off on the sideline. His day does appear to be done. He'll cheer on his teammates here in the second half. So Ben Hennon with a good opportunity. His tailback on his right side is DJ James. We'll see what the air raid looks like with a backup quarterback as James tries bursting it outside. Breaks the tackle, and now he's dragging it to the opposite side of the field, and he'll lose a lot of yardage on his first carry of the day. He'll lose about 8 yards. Tried to do too much on that play after breaking that tackle. Tried cutting it the other side. I said 8 yards. He'll lose about 13 yards on that play. So not the start that he wanted. But I'm sure South Salem going to try to run this ball a lot here in the second half. Run some clock. A team that never runs the ball. Rather allergic to running the ball. That's air raid offense as James gets another shot at it and picks up about 3 up the middle. Look onto the sideline, and you see Dashiell Smith putting his helmet on, and he might be getting ready to come punt it. So he might keep his duties as punter, but be done at quarterback today. Third down, another run. DJ James looking to follow his blockers, and he is dragged down outside of the hashes at the 18-yard line. Picks up about 5, but that first down hurt the Saxons, losing about 12 yards on that first down play, and out comes the punting team. So you see their game plan. They're going to try to just choose some clock, give it to some less experienced backs, and let them try to learn while they choose some clock here in the second half. We're at about 3 minutes off the clock on that first possession. We have just over 9 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and out comes Dashiell Smith to punt it away. Keep him engaged. Starting quarterback. Snap nearly goes over his head. He grabs it and gets a clean punt away. Fair catch is caught by Jackson Tunnick right around that 50-yard line, and that's where Grant's pass will take over at the 49. Cornhole players, get ready for the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's 2022 Cornhole Classic. October 8th and 9th at the Expo's Olsworld Arena. A $6,000 purse is up for grabs with entry fees just $100 per team and 12 games guaranteed. Go to travelmedford.org to get in the game. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday evening. I'm Sean McPherson, TableRockSports.net. Run up the middle on first down. And flipped around is going to be number 22, Gabe Blay, getting his first carry of the day. He got about 9 yards on that play. Dashiell Smith, by the way, 281 yards in that first half in the air. His 5 touchdown throws as Blay once again rumbles his way all the way down to the 30. Picks up the first down. There's an injured caveman down on the field. It's an offensive lineman. And as they attend to the injured caveman, we'll go ahead and step aside right here on TableRockSports.net.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
It's Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Gladiator 4x4s or test drive a new 22 Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. During Jeep Adventure Days, you'll save big on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Welcome back. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. I'm Sean McPherson, TableRockSports.net. First down and 10, inside handoff. Gabe Blay pushes forward, and he's flipped around by a South Salem defensive lineman. In fact, that was number 62, Carter Elliott, with an aggressive tackle. Still a pickup of 6. Blay has been moving the ball quite nicely for the Cavemen in this second half. 6.5 left to play here in this third quarter. A lot of clock being chewed. There is a new quarterback out there for, it's still Jace Blanchard. As they give it to Blay once again, and he powers his way forward for a first down. Third down. Didn't quite get enough. 3rd and inches coming up. The usual workhorse for this Grants Pass team is Trevor Reeves. He couldn't find much in that first half on the ground. Now they're giving Gabe Blay some run, and he's having a little bit more success. Out of the gun, 3rd and inches from South Salem's 20. Grants Pass looking for their first points today, and he might have been stood up. They called 4th down. Couldn't get any movement. They will say first down. So I saw one official signal a 4th down, and then the umpires signaled first down, so it was close. But Gabe Blay picks up the first down, and Grants Pass is knocking on the door, trying to pick up their first points of the day here in this third quarter against South Salem High School. Special District 1, conference game number 1 for both of these teams. A pitch out to the right side. Gabe Blay following his blockers, dragging it out to the right, and a beautiful tackle. Jackson Watson. And some extracurriculars after. Watson might be flagged after a little bit of chirping following his aggressive tackle. We'll see who they call it on, because I'm sure the chirping was mutual. And they call it against Grants Pass. They actually call it against South Salem. Saw the ref change his mind there. That's going to be a nice bulk of yardage for the Cavemen. Ref's still trying to figure it out. It might be offsetting here. It won't be offsetting. It is against South Salem and solely South Salem. And that ball is going to be moved to the 11-yard line, where it's going to be now a first down and 1. You don't see that very often. 1st and 1. Gabe Blay lined up behind Blanchard, the quarterback. Give it to Blay once again towards the left side, and he falls. He trips against his offensive lineman. He had a little bit of space. Instead, he'll lose a yard on first down and 1. It's going to be now second down and 2. An actual normal down and distance. 3:03 left to go in the third quarter. It's been a quick third quarter. No pass plays yet this quarter. I think you can understand the motives of both teams, considering there hasn't been a single pass play in this third quarter. So Blay lined up on Blanchard's right shoulder. Give it to him once again up the middle. Finds some space, breaks a tackle, cuts it out to the right side. Looking for the corner, and he's out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Blay nearly found the end zone. Instead, he'll be pushed out at the 1. And Grants Pass is knocking on the door for their first points of the day. So we have some stats people here in the room with us, and there were 52 passes thrown in the first half, and as I just mentioned, not a single pass play here in this third quarter. Blay up the middle. Touchdown, Grants Pass. A 2-yard run for Gabe Blay, and Blay did it all on that drive. He was the only bell cow for the Grants Pass offense, and he gets rewarded with a 2-yard touchdown run. Makes it 48-6 here in this third quarter. Running clock, minute 20 left to play in the third quarter. One of the quickest third quarters you'll ever see. And the extra point is up and good. So just over a minute left in this third quarter. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, 48 South Salem. Grants Pass 7, running clock here. But we will take a quick break here on TableRockSports.net. Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. I'm Sean McPherson, coming to you with the broadcast assistance of Billy Hennig and Joe Brett. 48-7, Grants Pass with a run-heavy drive, led by one man and one man only, Gabe Blay, who found pay dirt on a 2-yard rush into the end zone. And now South Salem's offense, led by the backup quarterback, Ben Hennon, takes the field. 50 seconds left and running. It's been a running clock this quarter. 52 pass plays in the first half, 0 in this third quarter after South Salem got off to a 48-0 lead. $20 seconds left. This might be the first play of this possession and the only play of the third quarter of this possession right here. It's a little toss to number 6, Romeo Luster, and he is wrestled down. And that should do it for our third quarter, unless South Salem hurries, which they will not. And so at the end of 3 quarters, your score, South Salem 48, Grants Pass 7. As you can see on the John L. Scott scoreboard, John L. Scott of Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. One more quarter left to play right here on TableRockSports.net.
I'm Pat Cox with Sherm's Food Stores. The employees of Sherm's are proud to be part of your community.
We have thousands of customers in our stores every day, and our checkers know a lot of them on a first-name basis. They tend to enjoy what they do, and they love it, so it reflects in how they treat the customer.
If you live anywhere in Southern Oregon, there's a Sherm's store near you. We hope to see you soon.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Fuel up for your race day adventures with Pinnacle 365. Hit for your early morning caffeine fix to help you get off to a good start and be rewarded with free motivation. Stay hydrated as you ride into Turn 2. And if fountain drinks are your thing, get your 6th free. Add Crunch to your lunch as you head into Turn 3. Fuel up for the remainder of the race with your Peak Rewards app and save at least 16 cents a gallon. Your daily journey to the winner's circle starts at Pinnacle 365.
Welcome back. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week on TableRockSports.net, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. New quarterback in for the Saxons to start this fourth quarter. Looks like number 8, Jacob Nemisek. If I'm not mistaken, looks like either an 8 or a 0 on his chest, and there's no 0 on this roster. So I'm assuming it's 8, and it's Jacob Nemisek. And on his left is DJ James, the new running back. It's all the backups in for South Salem as they lead 48-7 here in this fourth quarter. Should be running clock. DJ James pushes his way up the middle and just picks up 2 yards. And now it'll be Dashel Smith coming in to punt. So Dashel Smith, the starting quarterback for this team, has only played the first half. 5 throwing touchdowns, around 240 or so yards in the air. Also a rushing touchdown. And he's only punting in the second half. No quarterbacking for Dashel Smith, the state's leading passer through a couple weeks of football. So Smith lined up about 10 yards back. Fields a pretty shaky punt, or shaky snap, I should say, but it's a great punt from Dashel Smith. He can do no wrong, folks. And he kicks it all the way down to the 23-yard line. And the clock continues to run. So just over 10 minutes left. We'll have a running clock as Grants Pass takes the field. 48-7 the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Thanks to our sponsors for powering our live high school athletic streams, including our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore Jeep, Dodge Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsors, Siskiyou Cellular of Southern Oregon, with 7 locations to serve you. Blanchard still the quarterback. Hands it off on first down. And being dragged down is a new running back, number 15. Handoff on second down. Once again, it goes to number 15. Not on my roster. Picks up a couple of yards. But Blanchard's been the quarterback from start to finish in this game. So now pistol set, 3rd down and about 7. Pitch out to the right. And there goes Gabe Blay, the touchdown scorer. And he gets pushed out of bounds after about 3 yards. And so now we'll see if Grant's pass goes for this one. On 4th down and we'll call it 5. And here comes the punting unit. They're playing field position. They don't want to make the score any worse. You don't get that, and suddenly you give South Salem with a 41-point lead, the ball back inside the 30 potentially. So instead, they'll kick it away. Nice catch by the punter, and he'll boot it down all the way down to the 30-yard line after a friendly roll. Clock will continue to run. 7:20 left as South Salem offense takes the field. They've had 3 different quarterbacks play today. Dashiell Smith in the first half, and then a couple of different guys here in the second half. Make sure a visit to Tap Rock Northwest Bar and Grill on the banks of the Rogue River is included on your next trip to Grants Pass. First-class food and a new menu awaits you. The gem of the Thomason Hospitality Group, Tap Rock. 3 receivers out right. The quarterback is going to be Jacob Nemisek. Hands it off. Don't expect a lot of passing from South Salem, which feels weird to say for an air raid team in the second half. Colby Rattle gets a rep up the middle. And he takes it about 3 yards. Running clock, 6 minutes left on this Saturday at South Salem High School. First conference game in this special district, Conference 1. Shotgun snap, and it's fumbled. And it is picked up, and getting blasted is the offensive lineman, number 58 for South Salem. And he took a shot by number 23 of Grant's Pass. Griffin Davis delivered the blow. It was fumbled by the quarterback, picked up by the quarterback, and then he dropped it. Then the offensive lineman, number 58, picks it up and just gets blasted. Sets up a 3rd down and 15 or so for the 3rd quarterback we've seen today, Jacob Nemisek. And the handoff goes up the middle and just about a yard for the ball carrier. It was Colby Rattle. And now out here comes the punting team. So a lot of run plays and a lot of punting here in this second half. Inside of 5 minutes left to play in this very quick second half. Punt is away from Dashiell Smith, nearly blocked. It is a high, maybe it was blocked, a high punt. You can tell it didn't go very far, just very high up in the air. And it was claimed at the 48-yard line, so just about a 25-yard punt from Dashiell Smith. And there is a penalty flag on the field as the clock continues to run inside of 4 minutes. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from Pinnacle 365, fueling your adventure to see 21 pilots in Portland. Download the Peak Rewards app to earn free fountain drinks and coffee. So not only was it a shanked punt on South Salem, for South Salem, but also a penalty against South Salem. So pretty much a 10-yard punt through and through. And now finally a new quarterback in for Grants Pass after they played the starter throughout this game. Quarterback's number 16. Not a part of my roster, to be completely transparent. And a handoff up the middle. Goes about 2 yards. So a lot of JV guys getting some run. Not all of these players are on my roster today. Nonetheless, good to see these players getting some varsity experience. Another run up the middle. Churning is number 15 of North Medford. Of Grants Pass, excuse me. Gets about 2 yards. So as I mentioned, South Salem will have South Medford next week. 55-21 winners in their own right this week. And Grants Pass will have West Salem, who I was at the game last night. 35-14 in defeat against North Medford. But week one of conference play for all of these teams, a lot of blowouts. Teams like Sheldon and North Salem and South Salem and North Medford and South Medford all coming out on top in those blowouts this week. Another nice drive led by the run for Grants Pass. Minute 25 left to play in this ball game. And now a run out to the left side. Brought down at the 20-yard line is number 18 for Grants Pass, excuse me. A run out to the right side. And that one's not going very far. Last play of the game upcoming. 15 seconds left to go in this one. And a run up the middle, not going to go very far. And that appears to be all for this one. South Salem fans voice their approval. As your final score, South Salem 48, Grants Pass 7 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Stay with us for the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role postgame show, which comes your way next. Visit travelmedford.org and search Know Your Role to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better. We'll recap scoring and look at key stats, all coming up on the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role postgame show, where we make sports fun again.
How do you find information about paying for medical treatment after a car crash? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
I just got the best deal at US Cellular. Just $29 for one line.
For the first month only, right? That's how they get you.
For as long as I want. Why so skeptical?
I was told she'd weigh 30 pounds.
Get unlimited data for just $29 per line, even just one, only at US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Get one line for just $29 at Siskiyou Cellular, the Rogue Valley's exclusive US Cellular authorized agent. Visit souscellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Welcome to the Know Your Role postgame show. South Salem comes out on top tonight 48-7 behind a dominant first half performance, in part by a 48-0 score at halftime. Dashiell Smith threw for 5 touchdowns and ran for 1, and around 242 yards is what I heard out of the first half. Dashiell Smith did not play in the second half, but those touchdowns went to players like Teeny Tolly III. Esteban Mendez caught one of them. Zach Wustig caught one of them. And as did, believe it was Eli Johnson who caught one in the end zone. So those were the 5 receivers that caught touchdown passes for South Salem. And then the 1 rushing touchdown came from a South Salem player in the first half. Noah Shearer had that rushing touchdown for the Saxons. And so it was a 48-0 lead at halftime. And then in the second half, South Salem came out and it was running clock and ran the ball, used some backups, and Grants Pass chose to run the ball quite a bit as well. And the half went by extremely quick. All in part, that half was probably 20 to 30 minutes, no more than that. And South Salem gets their first victory of the season, 48-7 here on a Saturday. It'll be a shorter week for both of these teams. They'll be back in action next Friday. South Salem has South Medford next week, and Grants Pass has West Salem next week here in this new conference, Special District Conference 1. So South Salem starts their season 1-0 in conference play, 3-0 on the season, while Grants Pass starts their conference play 0-1, but they are 2-1 so far this season. We thank you for watching today's broadcast. We'd like to thank the South Salem High School Athletic Director for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net. In today's broadcast, special thanks to both head coaches of these teams. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, South Salem 48 and Grants Pass 7. This has been a special presentation of Table Rock Sports. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. Our cameraman today was Billy Hannig with Shal McPherson. With Table Rock Sports, I'm Shal McPherson, saying thanks for watching and a good night from South Salem High School in Salem, Oregon. Catch you next time.